Hong Kong, though greatly influenced by the Western culture throughout the years, the original Chinese culture still remains dominant in general. Books about fortune are published and they are popular among the Chinese. People visit temples and tombs from time to time to worship gods and ancestors with offerings like paper money, roast pork, wine, and incense to ask for blessings and guidance. These interesting practices can only be seen in Hong Kong and China. People go to Chinese temple for different reasons.
I was photographing the temple, and I like to photograph the temples in Hong Kong.
Temples are where people worship gods. There are many Chinese gods and people worship different gods in different temples. Shen Wang Temple is one of them. Incense and paper offerings can be bought inside the temples. Believers usually bring fruits with them as offerings. The temple keeper holds certain ceremonies for the believers to help deliver the message to the god.
聖王爺爺善信啦嚇，王仔啦嚇，今日嚟求謝神恩啦，聖王爺爺庇佑啦嚇，王仔合家出入平安，身體健康，事事順境啊，做工作嘅工作順利啦嚇，做生意嘅生意興隆啊，讀書聽教聽話學業有成，孝順父母。聖王爺爺庇佑啊，心想事成，仍然再嚟祝福嚇，事事順境。我有㗎。
Hitting the drum and the bell is the signal to ask the god to receive the offerings. People believe that, after burning those paper offerings, the gods can receive them. There is a saying about the appearance of green flame means the gods had already received the gifts. But from the scientific aspect, the green flame indicates the presence of copper ions. Then, do the gods really get it? People usually go to temples to ask for what they want.
Tin Hao is the goddess of the sea, so maybe I'm here because in a few weeks I'll be taking a Chinese junk from the Philippines back to Hong Kong, so perhaps I'm asking Tin Hao as the goddess of the sea and looks after sailors to look after me on the way back to Hong Kong.
拜下神啊嚇，即係保佑啲小朋友啊嚇，讀書考試順利啊咁樣。
Did her wishes come true then?
咁其後結果佢哋都 OK， 成績都唔錯，咁我咪嚟還神咯。
What can foreigners get from our Chinese temples?
I enjoy taking the photographs here, but I also come to temples quite often to get a break from the chaos of Hong Kong. They're places of peace and relaxation.
What is your impression towards these temples?
Well, firstly, they're very beautiful and very interesting to visit and to photograph. And as I said earlier, they're also a sort of refuge in the daily chaotic life of Hong Kong. Hong Kong's a very crazy city, and it's nice to have places like this where you can come and relax, and they usually have a little garden to find some peace in and take a break.
Do you believe the existence of these Chinese gods and goddesses?
Well, I don't actually believe that they are entities, that they're actual gods and goddesses, but I believe that there is energy in the temples, and if there's one thing the Chinese know about, it's energy in the world. I mean, If you look at the system of acupuncture, feng shui, even the physical exercise of Tai Chi, there is truly some sort of energy in the world, and I think the temples contain this. So I come here also to sense the energy of the temple.
Paper offerings are the essential materials for worshipping gods and ancestors. The young people nowadays may consider the worshipping custom as an old-fashioned and troublesome act. Do the young generation get the Chinese worshipping culture? Will we lose this tradition?
老闆娘啊，我想問下，會唔會因為近年後生仔唔拜神，所以生意額下降呢？
下降咗會少少，但係唔會唔拜。後生仔呢，即係佢一個節令一定會去拜，拜15啊，過冬過年啊，都要拜咯。咁都要跟翻老人家，咁喺旁邊指點佢，咁佢都要照跟會做嘅。
你覺得呢一個習俗應唔應該流傳落去呢？
應該就係會咯，因為而家始終都係啲節令都係冇改㗎。
一路落嚟都係咁嘅，咁都應該嘅，應該繼續㗎。
We can see that people are not worried about losing the tradition of worshipping gods and ancestors. In fact, they think this tradition should be continued. Meanwhile, you might want to think about the following factors. Do those gods and goddesses exist? Do the gods get our offerings and messages? Do the believers get what they want? Do the young generation get this a tradition?